Hello, my brothers and sisters, and let's summon up the demons. Let's summon up something from the deepest of hell with my blood so that Satan can rise and all of these minions. That is exactly what people would think if they ever come across this somewhere in a forest next to a river. But in fact, it doesn't have the same meaning for other witches or other spiritual people. For other spiritual people, it might have a complete different meaning. But I really don't mind that, because I like to do experiments in the dragon's path. That is the way I discovered what a dragon's eye can do. A dragon's eye is a triangle with a center point, connecting with each point. But the pentagram is completely different. It's very ancient. I mean, people from back in the day already used this for very different purposes. This has not one reason. This is not one purpose. This is a very spiritual purpose that people use this. And people now are afraid of this because they demonize this. Demonized very much. On the dragon's path, it is much more than what our dragon's eye can do. Our dragon's eye is connecting with all of the dragons that surrounds us. The dragons that is the reason why we are awakened, and dragons that, But the pentagram is actually more the reverse. It has no boundaries. So this is actually indeed a way to summon up dragons, but not just, you can be very disappointed because of this. And that is why I sometimes don't recommend this. The reason for that is because this attracts all of the dragons from every direction. So I sometimes use my knife, and I sometimes put it in the air, and with a pentagram before me, and I say dragons of the east, dragons of the south, dragons of the west, and all of the corners of the world. I just hear my voice and connect with my feelings, and everything that you say, of course, has to be sincere. Everything. So if you are before a dragon pentagram, the reason for that is it all connects with all of the dragons. So water, fire, air, and earth. And in the middle of it, the spirit, the energy. And so it creates life in the middle. So that is what it wants to say. Every dragon from every energy, from every element that are hearing and most of the time feeling your draconic spirit. That is what it wants to say. It spreads your draconic spirit. It spreads the energy. So you are welcoming this, all of the dragons, because in your mind and in your spirit, the pentagram has only one purpose, and that is to connect with all of the dragons that are also not in the dragon's eye, but from all of the regions, from everywhere, from every element, from all of the trees, every left, right, it can be that this attracts so many dragons that has nothing to do with your dragon's eye, that they don't know why they are here. They are attracted by it, but they don't know why they are here. And so in a way, and then when they are here, it's better actually to explain to all of these dragons why they are here, because you want to connect with them. But the answer most of the time will be something like, I don't even know you. Why should I connect with you? And that is, a bit disappointed, and whenever the dragons are leaving again, because these dragons are not connected with you, and those dragons, it can even be that you are summoning, not really summoning, but calling for dragons out of someone else's dragon's eye with a pentagram. You know, the heptagram is very good as well. It connects with the soul that is draconic. A heptagram has 7 points and wants to say much more than just a pentagram. A heptagram, very interesting, by the way, but the pentagram as well, it has nothing to do with the switches of whatever they want to use. It's very old. It's even before the time of Abrahamic religions and things like this. It's very pagan, and all of these. Of course, I also want to connect with all of these dragons, all of the dragons from this world, but it's only the dragons from your dragon eye that is actually the dragons that are your friends, the dragons that are your family. Not all of the dragons wants to be your friend, and that is actually a shame, because I want to be a friend with all of the dragons. But you have to understand, every dragon is different. So whatever makes your dragon circle, it's very sacred, and you know what your dragon circle is. And A pentagram, on the other hand, doesn't mind. It has no boundaries. A dragon's eye, it has limits, and these limits are not going further. These are your dragons, these are your dragons, and these are your dragons. So in the middle you connect, but this has no boundaries. It wants to point over there and just line over there. Every corner of the world, every place should be. It has no circle around it. So it has no boundaries. So this, in a way, with your draconic energy that you are using, you are connecting with all of the dragons that is close by. Not only the dragons from your dragon eye, but it can be that your dragons are. It can be that your dragons don't want this. Your dragons don't want that you connect with other dragons that has no purpose to come there, because this sign can make us even more confused in who our dragons are. So this is not the way to begin. So don't use a pentagram to begin. Don't be so... You are trying to find order into the chaos that you got. This is creating more chaos because of all of the dragons that has no purpose to be here. Yet, later on, I might say that you might use it because in using this, you are connecting with more dragons. You are trying to connect with, you are befriending with more dragons than only the dragons from your dragon eye. And that is very interesting to know how these dragons are and how they are. Maybe for and next to a river, so that you attract more of the water elemental dragons, or maybe even Leviathan himself that is swimming inside of this river. That you are trying to call him with a pentagram. Dragons of the east or south or west or north, or maybe within the earth or above, as below, so above as below. Every corner of this world, in this universe, you are trying to connect with them with a pentagram. And like I said, it can be, and that is actually not funny, but it can be that your dragons might be even jealous, because they might see it as something. Oh, he doesn't love me anymore. That is true. It's something that dragons can do. They can show us jealousy whenever you are trying to connect with other dragons than them. You are their family. Whenever you are doing something like this to connect with all of them, it might seem that they don't like it or something like this. You feel very well within your spirit. Are they okay with this? Are they okay that you are exploring much more dragons than only them? Because I felt all of these lines. Everything that I do on the dragon's path, it always has lines. It always stops. These are your dragons. This is your dragon eye. But these don't have lines. These go further. And all of searching with all of your energy inside of your hand, that you are touching it. And now the pentagram is seeking for every dragon that is close by. So these dragons are being called by your voice within this star that creates life. It can be very, very draconic, a very draconic star. But you have to know when you have to use it. Don't use something like witchcraft, draconic witchcraft, just because. But I experiment with this, and I came to find out that there are dragons are coming to it, but dragons that doesn't belong in your dragon eye. But maybe they are attracted by your dragon eye, and maybe they want to join your dragon eye. It can be that they want to be inside of it, that they want to be part of it, part of you, because they feel something connected with you, even though they are not connected still, but they can be connected if you just attract them and just try to talk with them, even as from a dragon spirit to another, that you are trying to connect with each other, and then maybe that they want to join your dragon's eye, even though the other dragons has to be your dragons, has to agree with this. But I love, and that is just the thing, I love every single dragon in this world. I love them all. If they are dark or light, or far as above so below, I don't mind. And my dragons know this. Whenever I use this, It is not with the purpose to hurt them. Was with the purpose to connect with much more dragons, and I just wanted to know more. I wanted to explore more. I love all my dragons. I am so sad every day that I cannot touch them physically. I still feel their energies, but I cannot touch them physically. I honor and worship my dragon's eye. I worship it every single day, but I want to explore so much more on the dragon's path. So I didn't know what to expect from a pentagram. I've even thought that this is a cliche. This is something from horror movies. This is the sign of hell that they always saying. Something like summoning demons and devils and whatever. But no, it's not. It had energy. And I felt this energy. I was immediately connected with this pentagram. And I didn't know what. But then it came. That it has no boundaries. That it has no line, that it continues, that every one of the dragons can feel your energy. Whenever you touch the pentagram, then the energy goes further and it seeks out dragons. And that is very interesting to use, of course, but yeah, you have to know it for sure. You have to know it, that you want to use it. I'm a curious guy. I want to know everything. I want to explore everything. That is why. And that is why my dragons know this very much. But I detect some jealousy. I detected some jealousy. And that is when I came to find out that dragons are very, very emotional sometimes. And sometimes whenever you are trying to connect with others than them, it can be that your dragons are jealous. Then say to them that they don't have a reason. That that they are your family, that they are your loved ones, that they are your dragon eye, but that you actually also love all of the dragons maybe, and you want to connect with them, that you, through this pentagram, maybe I can connect with your dragons, and you with mine. Because of this, if you ever come together with a draconic energy, this is not a cliche, this is something with power. This is something that you can touch and seeks out the energies that you want. That you are truly, and this is not actually for something to say, of course, but this is truly something to summon up dragons. Dragons that don't belong maybe in your dragon eye, but dragons that you can learn from so much. Of course, the most of the time you can learn from your dragons, because that is the most important. Your dragon eye is the most important sign that you have on the dragon's path. It is seeking out for your dragons, and that is actually everything you need to know. But if you want to explore beyond your dragon eye, then the pentagram is a very good tool. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.